Welcome back. Since the return of democracy in May 1999, two political parties have dominated the political field, one taking up to 16 years. On today's program, we talk about the power of the third force. Is it possible for another political party to emerge in the 2019 elections? Today joining us, we have Tokpe Fashal, who is the presidential candidate of the Abundant Renewal Party, as well as Henry Shield, who is a political analyst. Gentlemen, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Great to be here.
Thank you so much. Tokpe, you're running for president.
Oh, yes.
Under the platform of the ANRP. Do you have the structures to emerge victorious in 2019?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, yes. You know, structures are people. Our party is duly registered. We have presence in all the states of the federation. I will always tell people that, you know, what matters first and foremost is to show up for duty, you know. So we're there, we're trying our best, we're building our structure. It's a daily thing, it's a continuous thing. It's a journey, it's not quite a destination. And again, when we talk about these other two parties that have been around for a while, they are lucky because, you know, when they came up, some of them got a lot of government funds in order to get where they are. However, we're saying that whereas we're not being funded by government or by anyone, we're going to keep on being there, keep on building our structure, especially in the minds of the average Nigerian. We also are aware of what we call the weaponization of poverty, the fact that in spite of all of these structures, if these structures that some of those parties have are dovetailed into the better life for the Nigerian people, that would have been great. But what we saw was that the structure, as the structures were growing, Nigerians are getting poorer. And so you can take 2,000 naira or 3,000 naira to someone, and the person mortgages the next 4 years of their lives for you. So we're negating a lot of that, while also playing the game as well and being in the field of play. And I think that's what matters. We're going to shock them, actually, come 2019.
There's a general consensus, Tokpe, that the mass of those who vote are not literate.
Yeah.
So most of them would rather, they would see symbols. They could see the PDP umbrella and say, okay, I'm voting for umbrella. They could see the broom and say, I'm voting for broom. Your logo
is a computer.
Is a computer.
Yeah.
So do you believe...
They know about the computer. Kowa Party's logo is a BlackBerry. Yeah. I didn't even do BlackBerry when people were doing BlackBerry, you know. But everybody knows a computer. But inside that computer is a plant, right? And that plant kind of overshoots the computer. So what we're saying is that we're not quite interested in getting mired in this negative, poverty-inducing politics that have been going on. We're a radical departure from the past. All this thing about umbrella, apologies to Henry here, you know, or corn, or bananas, or palm tree, or broom. You know, come on. You know, in fact, when we eventually, look, before we got to that logo, we submitted almost 200 logos, I mean, in INEC. And, you know, when they gave us that stuff, we said, oh, when we took that computer, they said, yeah, this is what we're saying. That, you know, because in order to register a party, you'll be taking logos there. They'll tell you, in 1960, somebody used this logo that you'll be using. In 19 whatever, someone used this one. No, we can't approve it. So we have to sit down and say, what exactly represents what we're trying to do? We're the party that wants to connect Nigeria with the future. Already the future is here. The world is talking of artificial intelligence, big data, interconnectivity, Internet of Things, and so on. And here we are talking about broom and tomatoes and you know all this kind of primary products.
My issue was like
actually holds us in the past.
My question was, if you've been successfully able to embed your logo in the minds of Nigerians, given the fact that they're so used to the broom and the umbrella that they're not necessarily voting, listen, they're not necessarily voting for the logo, they are voting for what the party or the logo that they identify with the most. So they might see a computer on their ballot paper that day and say, what is this? I see Henry Shield. I want you to jump. I want you to jump in here. But before that, 1 second, sorry. Right? Before that, the hotline is 080-537-89021. 080-537-89021. Henry, do you believe his logo is well known at the grassroots level?
It's this is a serious issue. It's a serious issue because we're all either victims or beneficiaries of the system that we've been practicing since 1999. This is a very decent man. A decent man. But is the Nigerian system ripe enough to embrace the ideology behind this party. The truth of the matter is you have 76 days to the next presidential election. It's not possible. That's the sad truth. It's not possible for him to come to my village in Asia, here the local government, and get one vote. It's not possible. It's not because they don't have the right message. No. But our system is a peculiar one. He said something, you take 3,000 naira to an individual, and the person mortgages 4 years. It should worry us. We should look beyond the ephemeral, okay, oh, PDP, APC. We should look at engaging the things that actually bother us. 60 years after independence. We gained independence in 1960. This is 2018. We have only been able to generate 5,000 megawatts of power. We should be worried about the serious things, not which party. I'm not, I'm a PDP. I'm a financial member of the PDP. I'm a core PDP member. And I will say the truth. We need to start challenging the system. We need to start telling ourselves the painful truth. Do you understand? I could actually come here and say, oh, Tokpa is a party, they are just jokers, they want to tear the votes and everything. But my sister, are you not tired that you walk, even here in the FCT, you drive on some roads and you wonder, is this the federal capital territory? Do you understand what I'm saying?
All right, sir. It's like you're even getting angry from what I'm saying.
I'm just...
okay, you see, Nigerians have listened to different kind of manifestos and different kind of things people say. Honestly, I love your vibrancy. But the truth is, what difference are you planning to make if...
He gets the chance.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Every difference. But please, before I go on, you know, Osasu asked me a question, she didn't allow me to answer.
Because I had to bring
so in this country, let me tell you, it gets very, very interesting. One day, somewhere in the southeast, an old lady was riding a bicycle, and some guys were pasting somebody's posters on the wall. Fine guy, you know, someone like Henry Shield here. And the woman stopped the bicycle, and then she started crying. And she was saying in Igbo, hey, this kind of fine man can't die now. Oh. And then the boy said, no, he's contesting for something. He hasn't died. He's contesting. Oh, the woman said she was about to start crying now, but now that she knows he's not dead, she will vote for him because the boy is fine. That's it. So all of these trenching will blow some time and all of this grammar, they can't relate at that level. However, it's deliberate. That's what I'm saying, that like Henry Shield said here, it's a process by which we got here. Misgovernance, deliberate impoverization of the impoverishment of the people of this country. Now, so in terms of the difference that we intend to make, it's everything. The first thing is the ideological difference to say that politics must lead to a salutary change in the lives of the people of this country. I mean, here we are. We're talking about $2,000 GDP per capita. You know, we're earning very little. We're talking of a people who we somehow became the country with the largest number of poor people in the world, the second largest number of people defecating outside, largest number of children walking the street with no education. Come on. So the politics cannot remain politics. As someone said, that politics is too important to leave to the politicians. You understand? So everybody needs to get involved. And also, I mean, I've told you this before. My set of people, there are about 70 of us trying to contest for the position of presidency. There's a reason for that. I would say, and I've told some of my guys on that same level before, that this work of presidency is not one man's work. It's great that there are 70 of us with this weight on our shoulders running all over the place. 3 of us were here yesterday. When we left here, Fela went to Jos, Byron went back to maybe Ibadan or somewhere. You know, everybody is working. And that's the kind of thing. So we need to change the rhetoric. So to change the lives of the people economically, the society, the politics of this country, everything needs to change. And that's what I bring on board, actually. You know, the kind of ideas we have out of the box so that it will be said, by 2023, a lot more people will be getting involved in the policies of this country. Let everybody get involved, everybody that has a good idea, and let that politics be positive.
So is that your goal? So is your goal for 2023?
No, the goal is 2019, you understand? But the goal is even, look, it's something that could have started since yesterday. I mean, I look at myself and I wonder why I didn't do this in 2015 or even 2011. I mean, come to think of it, Buhari was running this country at 39. I'm 47. Why did I wait this long? You know, but now that we're getting involved in it, you see that the rhetoric is changing. In fact, for example, I mean, I had my manifesto out about 6 months ago. Very detailed. Someone called me, Adora called me yesterday, who used to present on AIT. So I looked at the manifesto, it's fantastic. Because we put our manifestos out, you can see the article had to go and work on a document. He said he's been working on it for 24 months. Buhari had to bring out a document. The same Buhari that brought out, you know, their document 4 years ago and later denied that they did not bring out any document. Like Mohammed said, they did not promise Nigerians anything. And I wondered, okay, why did Nigerians vote for you? On what basis? How can you say you didn't promise anything? It's such an insult. But now they realize that they have to do the work because we're going to put them on their toes. Nigeria must change starting now. All right? And everybody must contribute, and that's why we're here.
Okay, godfatherism,
Yes.
is one issue that has kept Nigeria where Nigeria is today.
Yes.
We could have a presidential candidate or a president who is willing to change Nigeria, but because of godfathers and other people, they influence the president. So the question I'm putting to you now is, the question I'm putting to you, Mr. Tokwe, right now is, I'm sure you have people who are fronting you.
Why, oh my. Well, okay, yeah, I'll let you answer your question. I mean, ask your question fully.
Yeah, I'm sure you have people who are fronting you.
Yeah.
And if you have those people who are fronting you, how am I sure those guys are not going to influence you when the time comes?
Well, let me say, I'm running a very peculiar campaign, seriously. When we even started, I reached out to a few friends and some friends and so on. You know, some people chipped in here and there, little kind of money and so on. You know, I put that together. After a while, I stopped asking anybody for money, and I will not ask any of them. Some of them, my so-called friends, they even took me for granted. You know, this is a major thing that one is doing, and I realized that it's better I keep this very clean. I'm going to run it with very little, and I'm going to publish the accounts of the campaign after the elections to let people see. To let people see that with a certain minimum kind of money, you can run this. I'm putting all my resources into it, and with the little I have. I'm not fronting for anybody. Nobody is fronting for me. I've not been to any big man to collect any 1 naira. But we can run this on the power of ideas. The rider and the title of my campaign is called Revolution of Ideas. This country needs a revolution now. That's what we need. But it has to be from the level of ideas and intellect. And that's what we're driving with.
I think
and you
Henry,
know what? We've achieved quite a bit. Sorry,
yes.
Osasu.
I just don't want to give you an opportunity to over-campaign.
No, we've achieved, no, just a minute. We're saying that we've achieved quite a lot. Look, I'm sitting down here today, Osasu. You've called me here not because I gave you any money. Not 1 naira. I didn't give you. But because you felt that maybe this guy has 1 or 2 things that he's saying that's different, you know, and that's the thing, you know. So we can do a lot. I'm here to tell Nigerian youths that, look, first of all, I don't believe Nigerian youths should start entering policies at 18 years old. Go try get a job, you know. Instead of not too young to run, we should find a bill of not too young to get paid and have money in your pocket, not too young to be useful to your family. When you are a bit comfortable, then you now move forward and get into politics. That's what we should be doing. Yeah. Otherwise, every Nigerian will get into politics, and then you are going there in order to make money. I've been around for a bit. I worked in a bank. I left as a regional director. The little change that I have, I can now invest in my country.
Most definitely. Henry Shield talked earlier on about the electoral value of the third force. Although he's a member of the People's Democratic Party, he talked about the importance of actually discussing issues. It's time we move past partisan politics. If we want to move Nigeria forward, we need to start discussing the issues and propel the leaders that have these ideologies. So while I agree with that, we also have to dig down to the feasibility, you know, exactly, the reality on ground of these third force, these third parties. So today, Henry, as things are presently constituted, do you believe that a third force in this 2019 general elections, do you believe that a third force can emerge in the 2019 polls?
The truth of the matter is, 2019 is between General Muhammadu Buhari and Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. That's the reality, the sad reality. 2019 elections, 76 days from now, the contest for the rulership, the management of Nigeria is between the APC and the PDP. That's the reality that we have. We will get to a point where those two will be threatened. But the reality today is, if you're not voting for an article, you are indirectly supporting the continuation of this government. If you're not. And
so by voting for Itokbe, you are supporting
If you
Buhari.
vote for Itokbe, you understand. When I said Itokbe is a decent man, I didn't say it lightly. I mean it, and I'm going to work with men like this. We have to get the best of us to provide an alternative to what we have.
But you're telling Nigerians not to vote for a decent man.
No, but what I'm saying is, Itokbe doesn't have polling booth agents in my village.
That's your village. We get to that.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And the reality is, the Nigerian political system, there are certain things that you need to be able to say you are a contender. An article doesn't need to be explained, introduced in any family in Nigeria. Atiku is a match for the present government. You don't go to any family today and say, oh, okay, they'll be asking you who is Atiku. No one will do that. And that was why we supported his emergence as the candidate of my party. He is the one that can give this government a run for its money. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, if you come to maybe Ogbomoso in Oyo State, and you say, oh, there's a decent man called Tope Fasua, who is running on the platform of ANRP. Believe me, if you interview 100 people, 95 of them will ask you, who is he? Which party are you talking about? So let's first of all get this country back from where it's been in the last 3.5 years. The types of Tope will come in when we've ascended, when we've got into a level, not when we are still battling as the capital, the poverty capital of the world. We are in the red zone.
Isn't it now that we need intellectuals to join politics?
Listen, it will come in. Let me tell you what's going on. The reality is, if you're not strong, and when I mean strong, is you need to be a contender that when you speak, the international community listens. When you speak, the security architecture in Nigeria listens. The security community listens. The intelligence community listens. You need to be a contender. The people that can challenge Buhari are not people who will speak and their neighbors don't know. You need to speak and INEC will shiver. You need to speak and INEC will consider, oh, we cannot do this, we cannot do that. President Buhari is not Jonathan. I have been telling the PDP, President Buhari is not Jonathan. Jonathan is the man who doesn't care that, oh, even though his own, didn't work, he still continued and continued until he voted. That's not President Buhari. We have a danger on our hand, a dangerous situation on our hand that everyone needs to come together. First of all, let's even get democracy back. The Jadeyoji is my friend. He's currently in Kefi prisons. Because he spoke, not even that he spoke, he went to the police headquarters to do a protest. He had not even started the protest. He was just sharing the banners. They bundled him, took him to court. He's been in prison. We provided the shorty ship, all the documents they needed. In the last 2 days, they've not released him. 2 days ago, El-Rufai in Kaduna, people were praying in the mosque. They went and arrested them. 6 people, retired teachers. They were praying to God against El-Rufai. They went and arrested them. So let's get democracy back. Let's get the situation where you and I don't need to talk to ourselves on WhatsApp. We don't need to be scared that, oh, if I go and protest, they will arrest me. Yesterday night, somebody was telling me, I had some visitors from Lagos. We were somewhere, and someone told me, oh, Shield, do you walk around Nigeria? Do you just walk around anyhow? These people just, do you understand? Let's move away from that situation. Let's get to a state where media houses don't need to be scared of anybody criticizing the president. Let's get to that state. Let's get our democracy back. I am not concerned about good roads under this government. I am not concerned about water. I'm not concerned about anything. Give me freedom as a citizen. Don't make me a slave. That is the first thing that I need. In the last 3.5 years, go and see what has happened to the Nigerian system. The police escorted 5 people. The Nigerian police escorted 5 human beings into the Akwa Ibom House of Assembly to go and impeach the speaker. Do you understand what I'm saying? The world is looking at us and mocking us. So my fear now, my issue now is, let us first of all get back democracy. Let us see all this electricity, road, water, they will come. But you first of all need your democracy back. You as a citizen, do you feel safe today? I speak to I was a security advisor here. I speak to a lot of people on the battlefield in the Northeast. I cannot even divulge what I know. The institutions are being destroyed, and we are keeping quiet. Look at the brazen rape of democracy in Osun State, and nobody is talking. If I come here and talk, don't be surprised at what I'm saying now. They might write people a letter tomorrow. This is not a democracy. See, when I talk about President Buhari, people think, oh, you have I don't have anything against him. Give me democracy. Let my children know that as citizens of Nigeria, they can come out and do what the law permits them to do. Do you understand what I'm saying? Without being scared of being arrested, why would the Nigerian police escort 5 people to go and impeach the speaker? Do you understand what I'm saying? They are destroying the institutions.
Well, some people would argue that this breach of our democracy and this impunity by security agencies didn't start under this administration. You know what so while we must fight for what is right, while we must discuss issues based on their severity and their implementation to the general landscape of the Nigerian people, we must also put politics aside. So that's why I asked you the question about the third force. Why not now?
There is nobody, there is no candidate in all the parties that form the third force that can actually challenge or confront Buhari.
You talked about candidates that
have... There is none of them.
You talked about candidates that have international clout.
Yes.
Our candidate here aside, you have Obi Ezekwesili, who worked at the World Bank. You have Kingsley Moghalu, who worked at the CBN.
Let me pick one of. Let me pick 2 of them. Let me pick the 2 that you just mentioned. Obi Ezekwesili is from my mother's village, Opo, in Nnewi South of Anambra State. Obi Ezekwesili. 2 weeks ago, I had people go to our own street, to go and interview market women and traders. None of them knows she's contesting for president. Our own people. This is not a joke. 2019 should be about, like I said, for me, there are decent people that I want to work with to bet a new Nigeria. But reality tells you today that you need a man who can look Buhari in the face and tell him, Mr. Man, sit down. Let's save this country. And the third force, I've been appealing to Tokwe while we were out there. I've been appealing to him. You need to join force. Let's first of all retrieve this democracy back. Do you understand what I'm saying? Work with Atiku. Kingsley Moghalu used to be a deputy governor at the CBN. When I was talking about Obi Ezekwesili, a lot of things will come up. In January, I'm going to do some few videos online to let you people see what the people in our own village are saying about her.
This is your village. Chokwe, you're very right. We must go to his
village. No, this is not my own village. I'm talking about my mother's village.
To fact check this information.
It's from Nnewi South. What I'm saying is the seriousness of their aspirations. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let us, for now, if you are a patriot, I say this with every sense of responsibility. If you are a patriot, if you are a patriotic Nigerian, what should be bothering you today is how do we save this nation from men who go to judges' houses to raid their houses? How do we save it from men who go to the National Assembly to steal maize? How do we save these people from people who are trampling on the institutions that
Some would argue that's both PDP and APC. So those men who are doing that in the APC will sometime...
No, you know the mistake we're making is this comparison. This comparison that we're making is excusing the current rot. It is wrong. We have a president today who disobeys court orders. That is not a democracy. Me, even if I'm a farmer in Funtua, in Sokoto, in Anambra, in Sokoto, in whatever, I should be able to know that once I run into the court and I get protection from the court, there is no president in the world that should be able to take me out of that. We don't have that.
Well, President Buhari has said that. He actually told his members who are aggrieved about their party primaries that
there is a court judgment. In fact, there are 3 court judgments today that are filed Zagzaki. Why is he still in detention?
Tokwe, let me give you an opportunity to give your final words.
Well, to just say that, you know, unfortunately, my brother here, Harry Child, made some very good points about you know, status and all of that. But I think the issue is that Nigerians should not be choosing between status quo and status quo ante. A lot of the things that Buhari is doing now, Obasanjo also did it with Atiku being his vice. The guy bombed, you know, Odi in Bayelsa State and leveled the whole place and killed a lot of people, Zaki Biam, and all of that.
Who did that?
Obasanjo, well, Atiku was working with him.
Okay.
There's no assurance. There's no assurance that, you know, Atiku will not do the same. You know, in some places that he doesn't like.
That's an unfair, that's an unfair statement.
Well, no, what did he say? What did Atiku say?
Was born, I have studied his life.
I don't know him that much.
I have studied his life.
You know him more than
Atiku has
I do.
never engaged in anything anti-democratic.
He could
in
have
fact,
spoken
Atiku is
up
a victim of the system. Do you know why they said Atiku is corrupt?
This is my time. You know, I give you your time. You know what I mean? But look, I mean, I first of all, I mean, he's spoken very balanced talk. But so let's say that Nigerians are not supposed to be choosing between status quo or status quo ante. Atiku is status quo ante, and politics and economics go together. So you cannot say that Atiku is a great politician, but it's a bad economist that's going to impoverish this country. And these guys, whether Atiku's government or Obasanjo's government, Yar'Adua is someone I have a bit of soft spot for. He didn't stay long, you know. Or Jonathan government or this government have only impoverished the country. Look, the curve is down. Osasu, I won't deceive you. Yesterday night, I was doing some research. Do you know that in 1979 up to 1983, Nigeria was budgeting the same amount that it is budgeting today? Under Shagari, I was reading even Buhari's speech on the 2nd of January 1984. And the kind of monies I was talking, you know, that time Naira was the same with the dollar. They were talking of the same kind of amounts that we're talking today, $25 billion. So look, we cannot separate economics from politics. Atiku failed us in the economic end of things.
How?
You understand?
How?
He was the vice president, and you know, BP and all of this one.
Okay.
Don't worry.
No, I would like to engage you.
BP failed now.
Final words. We don't have time.
I would like to engage. No. You need to take back that word.
You're taking my final word.
Atiku is the reason why a lot of us are using GSM today.
Wait.
Atiku is the reason why we even understand what GDP means.
Henry Shield.
No.
BP itself.
Atiku is someone you should be working with.
BP itself brought out a statement last a few weeks back. 40% or more of all of their privatization has failed. But wait, you understand what I'm saying? Whether the government is served or he himself, they failed us economically. No. That is why we are here today. Even the so-called Obasanjo government that people like to say was the housey on this was a failure if you think about it. This is not where our peers are. Algeria has over 200 billion in foreign reserves. It's right here in Africa. Angola is budgeting $50 billion. South Africa is budgeting $155 billion. They have fewer people than Nigeria has. So they say that, look, we don't have to be having worked in World Bank. I'm not impressed with even all this World Bank and all of those people things. Or UN and all of that. We will make our revolution happen right here in Nigeria. You'll be shocked. And with the power of our ideas and the power of our innocence, the power of our passion, the power of our energy, you will see that we are the ones that we have been waiting for. We are the ones that will make the change in this country. And we're going to ensure that we give these two guys who think they're big people, we're going to give them a very hard time in this upcoming election. Nigeria will never remain the same again. That I can assure you.
Talk by Henry.
Let me round up my own.
We ran out of time.
I will also be
there's
30
a word.
seconds.
Yeah, 30 seconds. There's this rumor that has been trending on social media that most of the third force candidates are being sponsored by the villa. It's ripe. It's all over the social media. I believe there are some of them that are decent, but I truly believe that some of them are working for the government. Now the issue is people like Tope need to sieve their members, you understand, the third force members, and know those who are not reporting them to the villa. But for 2019 election, Tope, I am pleading with you on national TV. Let's join hands and get Nigeria working again.
Tope Henry, thank you so much for your time.
Let people vote for the computer party. Anywhere you see computer.
Once you see umbrella, future. Just go on the umbrella.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much. We'll take a break right now. When we return, the sports segment of the weekend show. Don't go anywhere. Odiri is coming to you next.